Your spouse just got orders to their next duty station and you're like, what the heck do I do? Well, stay tuned and I'll tell you. Hey y'all, and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Amanda, and on this channel you will learn all the things about life as a disabled and chronically ill military spouse. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the conversations you should have with your spouse as you're preparing to move, or in military lingo, PCS, permanent change of station. Now today, my husband and I had what we called a meeting where we talked about all the things that we need to do before we move. The first one was about all the things that we need to do in general before we move. That was to include things that we want to do before we leave here, as well as all the things that we want to do to prepare for the movers and to see our families before we move across the country. The second list I made was about our visit to go see our families. And the reason for this is we need to go visit our families before we actually take the time to do the move itself, because the military pays for a specific number of days to travel. We wanted to spend some extended time with our families, so we're taking a separate trip. So it's the next day, and I just wanted to add a couple more things onto what I was saying about visiting family before you PCS. Again, PCS means permanent change of station, when you move to a new duty station. So the reason that we are visiting family before we move is because the military will pay for your moving expenses, but they give you an allotted time to move. It would complicate things a lot if you added on days to visit family. So they require, at least for us, that we do these two trips separately. So, one of the lists that we made during our meeting that my husband and I had was to talk about how much time we were going to spend with our families and the things that we wanted to do while we still lived on this coast. Because, as I may have mentioned previously, we will be moving kind of across the country. The second list that I made was of the things that we need to do paperwork-wise before we left to visit our families that pertains to our actual move. So for us, since we're just a couple months out from our move, it meant that we needed to touch base with our son's daycare provider and have his records sent to our new home. We needed to set up our HHG, which is household goods. We needed to set up the day that the movers would come and pack for us. I also needed to have my EFMP, my Exceptional Family Member Program paperwork exported to our new post as well. And in terms of the things that we needed to do before we visited our families, that is pretty much it. In the next video, I will be talking about the lists that I'm making as I actually do the packing, or rather the preparing for the movers to pack, and the other organizational systems that I use. If you have any questions or need any clarifications, drop your comments down below. If this content was helpful for you, give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing. I will see you in the next one.